Vamos preparar para dar início à segunda parte desta manhã. De regresso à ordem de trabalhos, vamos ter o painel 1, subordinado ao tema Desenvolvimento Tecnológico e Inovação nos Destinos de Enoturismo. Este painel vai ter como moderadora Bebiana Monteiro, professora na Escola Superior de Hotelaria e Turismo do Instituto Politécnico do Porto. Para além da moderadora, chamo ao palco os elementos que constituem este painel: Vânia Vigolo, de Verona, Itália; Bernd Westler, de Mainz, Alemanha; e Javier Gorria, de Bilbao, Espanha.
Dia. Agora sim. Antes de começarmos este painel, felicito a equipa de organização deste maravilhoso evento. Este Congresso Internacional que nos vai trazer boas práticas a nível internacional e de que forma é que nós, no nosso território, podemos aplicá-las ou adaptá-las. E, portanto, é extremamente importante e com muito orgulho que vejo crescer este projeto e, portanto, tem muitas pernas para andar. E, portanto, isto é o início de mais uma outra etapa que vem aí com esta partilha de experiências internacionais. Para darmos ao início deste painel, apresento a primeira oradora. Portanto, a Vera Vigolo é professora associada no Departamento de Administração de Empresas da Universidade de Verona. Do ponto de vista de investigação, os principais temas é o comportamento dos turistas, marketing de destinos e, portanto, e as ferramentas digitais que nós podemos aplicar nestes contextos, e vai-nos trazer o tema Enoturismo, o papel da tecnologia em melhorar a experiência do turista. Thank you so much.
Bom dia. Thank you very much for inviting me here. I'm very happy to have the opportunity to share some ideas and thoughts about wine tourism with you, and I would like to congratulate the organizers to promote this type of events that I think are crucial in order to promote a wine tourism culture. So thank you very much. I will start from the concept of wine tourist experience, which we take for granted, but probably it's worth it to think about what the tourist experience is. And then I will try to see how the technology can help enhance the wine tourist experience. And finally, I will trace some practical implications, some managerial marketing implications for tourist destinations. So, wine tourists, sorry, I was not going forward, sorry. So, from the wine tourist, of course, perspective, wine tourist is related to visiting vineyards, wineries, wine festivals and shows, but more broadly, it includes experiencing the attributes of the wine region. From a provider perspective, and also from a destination marketing perspective, wine tourism requires a strategy by which destinations develop an integrated offer of wine-related activities and attractions. And in this sense, wine tourism is also an opportunity to develop a distinctive positioning of a wine region. So it is important to define what are the unique characteristics of a wine region. So why should tourists choose one wine region? Why should they choose one winery instead of the other? What are the unique characteristics? This needs to be defined in advance and be part of a wider strategy that considers the tourist development of a destination. In addition, wine tourism is a great opportunity for both operators and destinations to educate customers. Not every wine tourist is a wine expert or a wine lover. So wine tourism offers the opportunity to spread the wine culture also among people that might be more interested in other aspects related to wine, for example, cultural heritage, history, and therefore having tourists within a destination is an important opportunity also to spread and increase the wine culture. So from a tourism marketing perspective, the product is not wine. Of course, it is extremely important, but the product we need to market is not wine. It's the tourist experience, the wine tourist experience. And what is a tourist experience? It's not only having people doing activities, it's involving them mentally, physically, with multisensory experiences in order to create long-lasting positive and memorable experiences. So, although wine tourists are mostly wine consumers, the wine tourist experience goes beyond drinking wine. Wine is also, has also enormous potential in terms of complementarity with other products of the territory, with food, for example, but also with cultural heritage broadly intended. So wine tourism offers multisensory experiences, which include the landscape, the cultural heritage, besides the enjoyment of the taste of wine. And it is important to offer experiences that are authentic, that are embedded in the local culture, in the local identity of the place. The ancient Romans talked about the genius loci, the spirit of a place. So each place has a profound identity, a spirit, an essence that needs to be the starting point for building tourism experiences, because that's what makes each destination unique. When they travel to a destination, to a wine destination, tourists are primarily attracted by the winescape. This term winescapes derives from services marketing studies, the servicescape. The servicescape is the physical context where the service experience takes place. So the winescape is the physical context, including people, where the wine experience takes place. So in this sense, of course, fundamental elements of the winescape include the presence of vineyards, winemaking activities, and wineries. But the winescape also includes, as I said, people, the local cultural heritage, towns, their architecture, artifacts. That's what makes a destination unique. So if the wine consumer is mostly focused on drinking wine, going to wineries and vineyards, the wine tourist expects something more from a destination in terms of experiences they can have. And if it's good to have people going to wineries, for example, just for one day, for a daily visit, it's even better from a destination marketing perspective to have tourists. According to the World Tourism Organization, tourists are people that sleep at the destination at least for one night. So people having the time to spend not only a day but also a night or more days at the destination can have a positive impact on the destination in terms of economic impact, but also it's more sustainable. We generate tourist flows that are sustainable also from a social and environmental perspective. And in order to host tourists for one or more nights, it's not enough to have beautiful wineries, to have excellent food, to have nice and welcoming people. We need to have services, professional services. So we need to have accommodation services, hotels, for example. We need to have restaurants. We need to have other types of leisure activities. And people working in these services need to be trained and need to be prepared to welcome the wine tourist, because it's a particular type of tourist, very demanding, with high expectations regarding all that the destination has to offer, not only regarding wine, but more broadly regarding the culture and the history of the destination. So, before talking about how technology can enhance the tourist experience, in the last years we have seen a growing number of technologies developing: extended reality, Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, robotics, of course, apps and social media. All these elements have a great impact on the tourist experience, also on the wine tourist experience. They can help enhance and enrich the tourist experience. However, in order to make the best of these technologies, it was important to have a broad picture about the whole customer journey. So the customer journey, or the wine tourist journey, describes the tourist experience, which starts long before the tourists arrive at the destination and continues after the tourist leaves the destination. So here you can see the main phases of the tourist journey which are represented. So starting from the dreaming phase, for example, I see a beautiful picture on Instagram and I start thinking about my next travel. So why couldn't I go there? Then maybe I see a print ad that reminds me of that destination. So I start making this dreaming phase more concrete and I start to look for information. I start to organize, to plan my travel. And I can have a look at the destination website or at a winery website, or I can even go to a travel agency, both physical travel agency or online travel agency, and let them help me plan and book my trip. Then when I am at the destination, I can go to a museum, I can go to a winery, I can go to a restaurant and have the best experience. But my experience does not end when I go back home, because when I go back home starts probably the most important phase of the whole tourist journey, because that's when I go home, I start sharing my experience with other people. So if I have a memorable experience, of course, a positive, memorable experience at the destination, I am willing to spread positive word of mouth about the destination, about its people, about its products, about its wines. So when I go to the restaurant, I'm going to choose the wine that I tasted while I was on holiday at that destination. When I am invited to my friend's house for dinner, I will probably bring that wine because I want my beloved ones to share the same experience. And even if I might not go back to that destination soon, because we know that tourists want to travel, to discover new places, still, it will have an impact in the future, because probably I will bring some other people to that destination, or still I will spread positive word of mouth and I become like an ambassador for the destination. So having in mind that all these phases are important helps us to understand how a wine tourism destination needs to get in touch with the tourists, not only why they are here, but also before and after. And during this customer journey, this tourist journey, tourists interact with several touch points that can be both digital and physical touch points. So I have the website, I have the app, but I also have the museum, the winery. And with the role of technology increasing and the new potentialities, for example, of augmented reality, virtual reality, we need to create seamless experiences in which the digital and the physical touchpoints blend together to create a unique phygital experience. So technology has become part of everyday life, and we expect this experience with technology to be embedded in many things we experience. And this is just to give you an idea of how the internet and different platforms and channels can be used by tourists to plan and organize their travels. Here we see, of course, online search engines. We have a travel website, online maps. I just wanted to point out the role of the destination website. About 12% of European tourists use the destination website to organize and plan their travel. This is important because even though maybe every single operator company does not have the capacity, the potential to have a fully updated and interactive website. If we make like a critical mass, I don't know how to say that in English, if it does make sense for you, if you join efforts together and we create, for example, a website, a destination website that is effective in promoting all the different operators, all the different experiences, and that are relevant for wine tourists, that is an important boost for wine tourism. So joining efforts is crucial if we want to be visible on the web, because internet is great, it's fantastic, but it's very difficult to be found, to be visible, to have a significant presence online when tourists look for information. So I'm gonna make now just a few examples of how technology can be used to enrich the wine tourist experience. For example, we have virtual reality, which provides immersive experiences. It enriches the actual experience, for example, in a winery, where you can use headsets and other devices. And for example, you can experience the harvest, even if it's not the harvest season, because you are immersed in this virtual reality that recreates specific moments that are important in a winery. Virtual reality also has the potential to stimulate the senses. It can spread aroma, perfumes, so it can be used also for educational purposes, to having customers and tourists be more wiser and more prepared about what the tourist experience is, by getting in touch with very practical things that would be difficult to understand otherwise. In addition, virtual reality can also be a means to make an experience more inclusive, more accessible, for example, for people with mobility difficulties, temporary or due to other types of disabilities. So this is a great means, a great tool that can be used. And this is an example of an Italian wine estate that uses virtual reality to have their guests try the harvest experience. So they use these devices, they are immersed in the field, and then they conclude their visit in the cellar and they have a wine tasting. So again, technology is embedded in a physical experience, and it should be like a tool to improve the experience rather than an experience itself. This is another example of an interesting museum, Il Tempio del Brunello in Tuscany, where they use immersive technologies, not only virtual reality, but also augmented reality, to have tourists get to know the history of the wine, and get to know the villas, the castle that belong to that region. So they propose different virtual itineraries, but also physical itineraries where people can interact with their phone, technology, and some digital touch points to get a richer experience. So augmented reality is less immersive than virtual reality, but still it has great potential. With augmented reality, you overlay the digital content onto physical objects. A typical example of the use of augmented reality in wine tourism, for example, is creating some augmented reality labels on wine bottles. So a thing that is usually informative but static becomes a dynamic tool through which tourists can be informed about the production process or about the region where that wine is produced. The Internet of Things has also been increasing its potentialities in recent years. It can be used also by producers in vineyards, for example, to monitor soil and water conditions in order to improve the water use, or it can be combined with other technologies such as satellite data to monitor in real time the key environmental factors for the harvest, so it can help producers in this sense. But it can also be used, of course, in combination with augmented reality or virtual reality to improve the customer experience. And here you can find other two examples from Italy. The first one is an app developed in Sardinia. Sardinia is usually known for its beautiful sea, but it has more to offer. So they developed this app in order to promote the local wine, but also to promote the internal regions, which are less known by tourists than the seaside, of course. And the other app, the Montalcino Gold app, is another app that can be combined with internet, which combines Internet of Things, augmented reality, always with the aim to promote the wine region broadly intended, and not only the wine and its producers. So augmented reality, Internet of Things, virtual reality are all means that can be used to customize the experience, to make the experience more interactive and more engaging. I'm also thinking about young consumers, which are much more used than older consumers in using technology, and they expect to use technology, they're used to it. So in this sense, it's always important to segment the wine tourist market, because we can find different tourist profiles that have different needs and want to interact differently with technology. So it should always be an opportunity, something that is added to the experience, but not something that represents the whole experience. In recent years, we have also heard a lot about the potential of artificial intelligence. You go on ChatGPT and you ask it to create a tour, an experience, and it's incredible the type of content that's being produced. But are we sure that that type of content is really unique and customized to the tourists' preferences and needs? This is an example of the application of artificial intelligence in the wine industry. This is a 3D virtual sommelier, so you can use your app wherever you are. You can ask this virtual sommelier to give you suggestions about what wines you can drink, how you can match the wine with the food, and you interact virtually with this person. And robotics is another frontier that is going to be implemented increasingly in the hospitality and tourism sector. We have robots serving tables, welcoming guests in certain hotels, and this is an example of a robot that can serve wine. It dances while people drink, and it can be customized in order to match the winery or the bar aesthetic. So trying to sum up, technology is undoubtedly a great tool to enhance the white tourist experience. It can provide more interactive, personalized, multisensory and engaging experiences, and this can be particularly effective for a certain type of tourists. It can be used also for promotion purposes and to keep in touch with the tourist after the actual visit at the destination has ended. So it really has some great potential. But as we have seen from the examples before, technology is not enough to innovate. Sometimes very simple ideas like the bird watching from the terrace or the ancient trains used as restaurants, those are examples of innovation that do not include technology. So technology is certainly important, but it needs to be embedded within a broader concept of innovation as well. And last but not least, technology can help operators and destinations to gather information about customers, about their preferences, about their activities, about their movements within the destination. So it is really, we cannot ignore the potentialities of technology. However, is it sufficient to use technology to make a wine tourist experience unique and memorable? Of course not. So, in order to develop wine tourism within a destination, or a destination management and a destination marketing perspective is needed. We need a vision for the future. The destination needs to decide what positioning it's going to develop in the next year. So what do we want to become when we grow older? How do we want to position ourselves in the market? There is a fierce competition in tourism, not only in wine tourism. So it is important to create a distinctive positioning that needs to move from what is the deep identity of a place. And before starting to create any product, you need to know your customer. This is basic marketing, I know, but please forgive me. You need to know your customer, you need to know your tourist. And maybe you don't want to attract any type of wine tourist. You want to attract specific types of wine tourists so that you can develop your product strategy, your promotion strategy, in order to be attractive and appealing for that specific type of customer. So, to conclude, technology is crucial, but I think it's even more important to keep a human-centric approach to tourism, in which technology is just a means, it's a tool, it's not the core of the experience. Thank you very much for your attention. Obrigada. And that's all.
Muito obrigada. Vamos fazer refletir sobre o impacto que a tecnologia pode ter na decisão do turista para o nosso território, assim como também como podemos integrar esta tecnologia nas experiências que já temos também aqui na região. Para contar a conhecer o Enoturismo em Rheinhessen, chamo Bert Wesseder, que é engenheiro graduado em Ciências Agrárias Gerais pela Universidade Guggenheim. Desde 2003 integra o Centro de Competência para o Mercado e Marketing do Vinho na região de Rhineland-Palatinat, desculpem, onde atualmente é chefe do grupo.
So let me find my presentation.
It's there.
Here we go. Thank you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for the invitation and thank you for the kind introduction. I will introduce you the great wine capital of Mainz and the wine region Rheinhessen as an example of the participants of the great wine capitals and the way we try to write our wine story in our region. I want to give you a short overview. Thank you for the introduction, yes, I'm head of the Rhineland-Palatinate. This is state-owned federal, from the federal state Rhineland-Palatinate, an institution of the state of Rhineland-Palatinate, and I'm working as head of the wine marketing. So I'm not a wine tourist specialist, but more wine market and wine marketing. This is important. I grew up in a mixed farm in Westhofen. This is in the part near the the city of Worms. My father did this mixed farm, and now my little sister, we hear about her later, is doing the business there. Only wine, just winery, and I will use her as an example, as I told my colleagues yesterday at the dinner. Yeah, so we'll see. I read in your announcement of the conference what your goals are, and I think there are some similarities to the Rhine-Hessen regions. Yeah? You want to raise the profile of the DOURO and TÄMEGA regions and to confirm them as a wine tourism territory of excellence, benefiting from the proximity to Porto. I will approach this topic less from the technical side, but more from the market and the wine consumer side. But I think there are some similarities between these two regions. And it's not only the wine swing or the landscape swing. I see it on your app that you have a similar one. This is one in Rhine-Hessen, and this is one in your region. But there are some historic and other parallels which I like to mention. First of all, I want to give you some tourism figures about the region of Rhine-Hessen. I have to click it here too. We have, sorry, too far. The tourism turnover in the last year reached, in the first time, they reached the billion mark. We sell tourism activations or activities at a turnover of 1.2 billion euros, and this is increasing already. The vast majority of visits are day trips, maybe one overnight, so maybe tourists, but mostly day trippers, which do a short break to Rhine-Hessen, and these 90% of visit days or days of stay are responsible for or created a turnover of 70% of the touristic revenue. So this is our target group are the day trippers. Yeah? Our target group are the short breakers, which do a short break in Rhine-Hessen. So this is our customers. So let me introduce you to the great wine capital of Mainz, along with the wine region Rhine-Hessen, which has been a proud member of the Great Wine Capital Club since 2008. Just a short question. Who has been to Germany in this audience? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Who has been to Mainz? Catherine, you're welcome. So, okay, I have to introduce it a little bit. Yeah? If you think about Mainz, it's the capital of the federal state Rhineland-Palatinate. It has a big, famous university. Mainz is home of the public television station, the ZDF, and is home of Mainz 05, which is a football club playing in the Bundesliga. But if you ask me to describe Mainz with 3 words, I will say Gutenberg, who invented the movable types for printing. And he was, that was a crucial factor for the spreading of Martin Luther's thesis and the Reformation, which take place in Germany. And this is one of the words, I think, okay, Gutenberg and his the translation of the Latin Bible to German in the German language is a crucial factor for Mainz. We have a big museum which honors Gutenberg. The other thing would be Carnival. Mainz is one of the three main capitals or centers of Carnival in Germany, alongside with Cologne and Düsseldorf. It's a very typical type of carnival, political, not only fun, it has a little bit of satire in it. And of course, the third word which comes to mind when I think about Mainz is wine, because wine is what comes to mind to the tourists when they hear the word Mainz and Rheinhessen. So this is the slogan of the wine marketing of Rheinhessen. It's translated, "We are Rheinhessen." I think this is very self-assured, and I have to talk about people later, yeah, who transport these issues to the customers. Okay, nobody knows where Mainz is, so let me show you that. Mainz you find right, this is Rheinhessen is the orange types, these are the vineyards of Rheinhessen. And Mainz lies on the River Rhine on the left-hand side. I don't have a pointer. No, okay. Okay, so we have to go this. Rheinhessen, situated on the left bank of the River Rhine between the cities Mainz, the city of Worms, Bingen, and the city of Worms, where I live. I will say that Worms is the origin of the once most famous German wine, the Liebfrauenmilch. I don't know if you knew that, the Blue Nun. This is typical 70s, 60s, 70s sweet white wines, and a long time the role model of German wine, especially in Great Britain and USA. It's a long time ago, and we suffer still from this image which the Liebfrauenmilch gave us. In the middle of these three cities lies the land of the thousand hills and wines, as far the eye can see, and this is Rheinhessen, the largest wine region in Germany. So, does this film work now or not? This video? No? Okay, so I can skip it. I want to mention something else, because we are our main target group are the day trippers, and this is because Rheinhessen and Mainz lies very close to great metropole regions with a lot of population. Yeah, there is the Frankfurt region with 6 million people. There is the Rhine-Neckar region with Mannheim and Heidelberg with 2.5 million people, and of course the Köln-Bonn region, which is a little bit up of this map, with nearly 4 million potential wine tourists. Yeah? So we focus on these nearby populations in our region. So let's give a short look at the wine region. 27.5 thousand hectares of vineyards, 2,000 wine estates, mostly family run. We have a wine production of 2.5 million hectoliters, mostly white wine. The grape varieties are the most famous grape variety, and this is the grape variety with the highest impact is Riesling. And the sales go about over 70% about commercial wineries, which which buy grapes or must or maybe wine in bulk, bottle them and sell them on the market, mostly on the big retailers. German wine market is dominated by the discounts and the big retailers, and only 22% of the wines are sold by wine estates and 5% by cooperatives. We have an export quota of 20%. And to give you a short excursus to the German wine market, this is the, it ranks 4th in wine consuming with nearly 20 million hectoliters. And like everywhere in the world, the consumption is declining. This is a crucial factor. And the market shares of German wine in this market are 45%. I think in Portugal, the Portuguese market share is by 90%. Yeah, this is typical for for the German wine market. We have we're the biggest player, but not over 50%. Italy has 80% market share, Spain 15%, and France 10%. Germany is the world's largest wine importer. Yeah, we do not produce only, we import a lot, and therefore we have a highly competitive market with, what a pity, very price-sensitive wine consumers. We talked about this yesterday. The average price in Germany at the moment is for a bottle is 3.06 euros. And if you go to the bulk market, it's even worse. So this is the overhead of the market I have to show you. So our cooperatives don't look like this. They look more like this. There are production areas, there are industrial buildings, and there's only B2B business with these big retailers from these kind of enterprises. The driving force behind the wine tourism in Rheinhessen are family-run wineries, wine estates. Neither commercial wineries nor cooperatives are active in wine tourism. There is no such thing like fancy architecture or wine worlds. Yeah? Unfortunately, we don't have a wine route in Rheinhessen like in Palatinate, where the Deutsche Weinstraße, the German wine route, which has existed since 1935, has written a success story. But our strengths are the people, the vintners. And there are a lot of individual offers from the wine estate, of the family-owned wine estates. Some are bigger, like Weingut Mainz, which received the Great Wine Capital Award last year, or this year, for its special architecture with the special wines and his special winemakers. You have to know him, the right one. This is Eric. He's a very special winemaker, and he shares his passion with us. Or we have another example, the Wein zu Hause, which means home of wine, where we have a hotel with a winery doing sustainable wine tourism there. There's a lot to discover in Rheinhessen, and there are a lot of small places, just like the award-winning the park and garden of the Weingut Orb, which is located in my home city, hometown, Westhofen, with its beautiful gardens. And this is, I like to thank the Great Wine Capitals that this platform offers a place of exchange and competition also for these small beauties which we can find in the wine regions. The positive news is that this is exactly what the people, the wine tourists are looking for. They're looking for a familiar hospital atmosphere and not mass events. They have a strong experience orientation, not only wine tasting, we have to combine it with culinary experience and so on and so on. And this is what makes me positive for the future. Wine tourism in Rheinhessen in the former years looks like this. It was a closed door, few customers in the estates, the wine growers delivered the wine direct to the consumers, or they focus on the wine trades. There are no visitors at the wineries. The wine tourism offering was limited to wine tasting at the wineries, a few very simple wine taverns, yeah, and an annual wine festival in the town. Yeah, this was it. And we have also the problem, like a former speaker told me, that Rheinhessen wine is not sold in the, or is not on the list of the restaurants in the region. This has changed a lot. This has changed a lot. And the image, which we thankfully, we have to thank the Liebfraumilch, was also bad. Rheinhessen wine was quoted sweet and cheap. Thanks for Liebfraumilch. And this, as I told you, has changed tremendously. Today, Rheinhessen is one of, if not the most dynamic wine region in Germany, with many young winemakers who produce innovative, unique wines. Winemaking and wine tourism has changed from closed door to welcome. And here they are, my sister and my brother-in-law, Manu, which created her own brand winery, and they welcome the customers in our garden. When I was young, no customer comes to our garden. This was private. Yeah, they opened up. They showed secret places. They told the customers, the wine consumers, their own story, and this is, I think, the main topic I want to focus on. To create your own story. Another example for new places to sell wine, 2 minutes? Yeah, I'm coming. Is go out in the vineyards. This is Open Vineyard Festival of Dreißigacker, which is a wine-good near my sister's. My sister is doing pop-ups. Small events with different stories they want to tell, homemade dishes from the winemaker's kitchen, from pizza über spare ribs or sometimes oysters. These are the small adventures you can live through at the estate from my sister. Yeah. Another project is Westhofen in Glas, where the winemakers from the town come together, 10 winemakers, 1 wine list, 5 locations, and to welcome the people in the town of Westhofen. As I told you, the customers are day trippers. They come from nearby region, but they also come from far away, the more this getting popular. This is a picture of this. Another example is the wine, when the wine comes to the city, is the market breakfast in Mainz. And this is my last example, but a very important one. These are a group of young vintners, 90 vintners come together in one association, which committed to the Rheinhessen profile and stand for the wines with character and origin. And they do the biggest wine tasting in our region. It's, we have a shuttle bus from one winery where different wineries or wine estates come together, one location, 6 to 7 wineries. You can taste the wines, you can go to the bus, and you drive through a small area to get this experience of the wines and the winemakers. at least. My summary, Rheinhessen is a wine region on the rise, of course. Rheinhessen wine estates offer individual events far away from mass tourism and raise the profile young, individual, and innovative. There are trendy pop-up events, even alone or in cooperation. They bring interesting, affluent target groups into the region and to the wine estates, and there's a lot more to discover. And the wine market is going, through a rough phase, and customer acquisition and retention through wine tourism will become more important part of successful wine marketing. And the strengths of Rheinhessen are the people. And I think you can took it for your region too. The strengths of the wine regions are the people. This is because I like this slogan of the wine marketing of Rheinhessen. We are Rheinhessen. Thank you very much. Muito obrigado.
Muito obrigada por esta maravilhosa viagem, pela região e pela excelente partilha. Não é? Lembrar que também temos muitos desafios na nossa região e nós também podemos dizer que we are Verde Sentido, não é? Portanto, também podíamos. Dou de seguida a apresentação ao terceiro orador, Javier Corrêa, que vai abordar o tema do Enoturismo, a viagem do dado. É licenciado em Administração de Empresas, CEO do Grupo Jeep, que opera em 3 áreas de negócio integradas: gestão de serviços, internet e mobile, com desenvolvimento próprios e digitalização da indústria, do vinho e do enoturismo. Palco é seu.
Well. Good morning, everyone. My name is Javier. I came from Rioja, from Logroño. You know, I think everybody knows Rioja, no? The best wine in the world. Now it's the second because the Vino Verde is better than Rioja. Everybody knows that. I'm supposed to do this presentation in Spanish, but Catherine looked at me and told me, Javier, you cannot do this in Spanish. You have to do it in English. My English is... So I'm going to say sorry to the translators because I don't know if they're going to understand me. I hope you. But I'm going to try to do my presentation in Spanish and English, both, because there is some ideas I have in my head that I can only say in Spanish, because in Spanish we're very different. We are. Portugal and Spain are very close. And before I came here, I thought that if I do it in Spanish and Portuguese are similar. But I heard you today speaking in Portuguese, and I didn't understand absolutely nothing. So if I speak in Spanish, probably you won't understand me absolutely nothing as well. So I'm going to try to do it in English and in Spanish. That's the first thing. Second, we're going to play a game, because I saw you, most of you were almost sleeping. No, I'm kidding. We're going to play a game, because what we do in our company, because we're a developer company, I'm going to tell you a little story about us, is where we develop tools where wineries, restaurants, or any kind of company can get data from the clients. But we don't want to get data for the client just writing an email or signing in a newsletter, because at the end, you are not going to get nothing from them. We play games, and we develop tools so you can get data that you can use to communicate your clients the right way. And the right way is, if I like white wines, please send me information about white wines. Don't send me information about ham, because I don't like ham. And you can know if I like white wines, if I like red wines, if I like Vino Verde, or whatever I like. So, if I go with this, hola, that's the first one. So, who are we? We started in 2001. We have 23 years old. This is a company that we create with my brother and myself. The name of the company is very special because, like you can see, it's GIG. That it means Javier, Ignacio, that's my brother's name, Gurria, this is our last name. So we didn't think absolutely nothing, but this is our name. And the Torre.com is the firm we create to develop winery tools. And right now we're working with more than 100 wineries in almost 2 countries, Spain and Argentina. Sorry about that. Every second, think about this, every second we get a reservation in our platform. So think about how many information and how many things I can tell you about wine experience, about how the customers think about when they make a reservation, etc., etc. The data journey is the name of my conference. It's because I'm going to try to explain to you how simple data, that I like wine or I like red wine, it could be useful for you. But instead of that, normally when they make a reservation in your winery, you ask for the postal code, you ask for the city, you ask if I have a cousin or I have an aunt. And at the truth, the only thing we need is information that we can use. The only thing that all of you have in common today is that all of you bring the mobile. It's true? Is anyone here that doesn't have a mobile? No? So everybody has a mobile. So every time that someone goes to your winery, they go with a mobile. They could forget the husband, they could forget the child, but they never forget the mobile. So I don't care about this, I don't care about this, I don't care about this right now. I need all your mobiles, please. I don't care about this, but I care about this. So I need you to get your mobile. It's a game. If it doesn't work, we're going to have lunch before you think. So what I need you is to scan the QR, okay? I think everybody can. If somebody does not, I can give you a help. Or you can write down in Chrome or Safari or whatever you're using, the URL you have there is catas.jig.es, catas.jig.es. So, at the moment I have 7 people that already signed in. We didn't install any app. We didn't do absolutely anything. The only thing we did is a QR. Let's see how I see it. I'm in the winery. There is 20 people with me. They say, hello, Javier, how are you? Okay, there's a QR, please sign in, because we're going to play with you. The main objective of this is to get real data from our customers. At the end, probably if we want to, we won't give you a price, we won't give you whatever. But the main course and the main thing is to get information on our clients. Everything you're going to answer, you're going to see it in your mobile. I'm going to be here, and the only thing I'm going to do, we are 35 people. Come on. The last one, please. You have a mobile? No, one. Okay. 35 people, okay? 42. Come on, I want to get to 50. We are 50 here. Come on, please. If I don't get 50 emails, my brother is going to kill me. And he's watching me right now. 45. Okay. Think about the next idea I have in my head. In data journey, every winery, every restaurant is different. You have to work, not with tools that everybody knows. We don't compete against Excel or MailChimp or Salesforce. We don't do that. What we have to do is to show our customers what we are. And the way to do it is to show them tools that are developed for you and for them. I think we said in the conference today. 52 people, it's enough for me, 52 emails. How much money you pay for each one of these emails? When you go to internet, when you go to Levi's, you go to whatever store online, you get a pop-up and they tell you, give me your email and I give you 10% discount. So they pay you for your email. They pay you for your data. But how much money do you want to pay the people who's visiting your winery? The most difficult thing you're going to find if you have a winery, I'm going to talk about wineries because it's winery tourism, okay? Is to get people into the winery. That's so difficult because when you look in Google, I did it before I came. Say, visit wineries in Amarante. And I have so many information before I found the first winery that it's very, very difficult to find one. So just think about the person who is in your winery. You have to give him a big hug. Thank you for coming. I love you. And I'm going to play with you. But I'm going to play with you in a funny way. That's the way we have to do it. So 55 people are going to play with me. You have to look to your screen all the time. I'm sorry that I cannot show you here. Normally, what you have is a TV. Today we have 2 games. The last one you will see if you want to, but I hear here. So we start to begin. Thank you for coming to see Javier talking. Hope you are not sleeping. Let's have fun. Let's go. How do you describe yourself compared to wine? This question is about you. Now I hear seeing how many people is answering me. Okay, let's go. 10. I don't know, young, crianza, reserva, gran reserva. For example, if I have to answer, I will answer young. 38, 39, 40. People is thinking, I'm too old, I'm not too old. What I am, I don't know. This tool is developed for us. We didn't go to internet and we didn't go to ChatGPT to ask, please chat, can you tell me how to do this? No. Okay, 48. The next question is very important as well. 49. Come on. Okay, next question. Tell me about yourself. Do you like wine? We are in a winery. So, with this question, what I have is, if you don't like wine, when we finish, if you give me your email, I'm going to know that you don't like wine. So I'm not going to send you an email telling you, please buy my wine. So you don't like wine. Easy. Well, I drink occasionally, or maybe more. That's me. I'm no alcoholic. If somebody doesn't drink wine and doesn't drink beer, he could drink whiskey, but I don't care. But the point is, I'm not going to send information. That's the important thing, okay? So what we have now is Jóvenes and Reservas is one team. And Gran Reservas and Gran Reservas is going to be another team. What we're doing is we're creating a game between the people who is in the winery with you. They didn't know each other. But because we have the information about them, if they're young, or they feel crianza, they feel reservas, or they feel Gran Reservas, what we do is, okay, you are going to be one team, you are going to be another team, so we're going to create a competition between them. They didn't know each other, but now they have a competition, so they're going to have fun with us. Here today, we're going to find questions about wine tourism. But think about your winery. Think about, they finish the visit the winery, they're sitting, they're having a wine with you. You want to ask them if they like the wine, if they like the visit, what they know, a lot of things, just at the end to have a winner. Okay. And the next one is jóvenes. 13 prefer whites. 5 prefer reds. Next one, reservas. Oh, 2 old people here, no? 28. 10 prefer white wines. 7 boiling wines. We are here where the white wines, I think, is more important than the red wines. And now, let's go to the first question. What is the average price for visiting Spain? What do you think? We're going to talk about wine tourism. We're going to understand what is going on with the wine tourism. The data is for 2023, last year. When you answer, you're going to know if you are right or not. And how many say 20? 2. How many say 15? All of you. You knew it. Don't you think the 15 is very cheap? 10 years ago, it was 0, because to visit the winery was free, because nobody was doing wine tourism. Now, the price average is 15. With information I have, this information comes from a website, Acebin. From our point of view, the real price now is around 21, 22 euros. It's a little bit higher. Okay, next question. What is the average of the people who visit the winery? And this, we talked about this yesterday in the dinner. At dinner, or I don't know. You were right, because you're all like me. It's true, it's 45, 60. So we're not attracting young people to the wineries, and it's bad I think it's bad for the business. I think things like this helps you to attract people to the wineries. Developing tools where the young people can play with you could help us. I have a surprise for you when we finish, Don't worry. Next. I love this one. Who visits the wineries the most? Women, men, or children with men? No, children. That's an easy one, because who are the drunkards? Say drunkards? Borrachos? Borrachos? We are not borrachos. Woman. And the difference is 55%, 45%. Oh, you answered very fast. I love it. Next one. Which is the month with the highest attendance to wineries? I love this one as well, because I thought it was August, but it's not. And you think that it's September because it's the harvest. It's harvest. No, it's October, when they finish. So, if you have to do Google Ads, don't do it in August, because nobody goes. Do it in October, this information. Next. I don't think this is the next one. I have no, that's the last one. So, we have a winner, a group winner. And the group winner is Los Viejos, Los Reservas, que hemos ganado a los jovencitos, jovencitas, youngs, okay, 48, 32. And we have a winner. Who is Manuel? Who is Manuel? Manuel is here. I know he's here. Manuel, ¿dónde estás?
He's here.
Manuel, you're a winner, and with 235 points. Woo! Again, two more important things. And here, you're going to let me come back to one of these slides. Kind of type. At this moment, the only information I have from you is impersonal. I know who you are. I have no clue. But I know how many people think young. I know how many people like beer. I know how many people like wine. I know how many people like red wine. A lot of information that I cannot send you an email. I cannot send you an SMS. I can't. But I know I have real information about the people who's visiting me the winery. Just think about if you have 80% of the people in your winery that visit your winery and doesn't like wine. You have to do something because the people you are attracting to your winery is not the right one. So, okay, let's go back to the mobile. And this is the most important moment. And it's because now is when you had to give me the email. When you give me the email, what you trying to is to connect all the information you gave me to your email. So I'm going to know with your email, I'm going to know if you like wine, if you don't like wine. Just to give me the email, what I offered you is a price. It could be 10% discount in your offline store. It could be 20% in your online store. It could be a bottle of wine, whatever. But you have to give something to the people who's visiting because they're going to give you the email. And because they had fun, because they did have fun, they're going to give you the email. If the visit is boring, the people want to have a wine and leave the winery. But if the people is having fun, they're going to ask you for another one and they're going to give you the email. All of you, I have 29, come on. I'm missing at least 19. I'm not going to send you anything, but you're going to miss the most funny thing of the game. Anyway, when I press the button, it's your last chance. Where the point is that after we get the email, we have good information about the people. Okay? So I'm going to press my button, and you're going to get in your screen a rasca y gana. I don't know how to say in Portuguese, rasca y gana, but like with your finger. So it's going to be one winner, okay? So now you have the rasca y gana. There's only going to be one winner. Or probably no one of you, because you are bad ones, because I'm missing 19 males. Easy. No apps, no installation, drinking wine, because we're doing this, talking, having a nice moment with us. But just think about having a glass of wine in your hand, talking with the people, getting information from them, okay? Finish, thank you. So, I don't know how we're going in time, but now I have personal data from you. I cannot show you what I have, but I have, if somebody wants to see it later in the lunch, I can show you the data that I got from each of you and how we collect and how we can send you an email today with all the information I have from you, okay? I'm not going to do anything for you. So, to get this, the first thing we had to do is know what for. Why are you getting the data? Today I'm getting the data for nothing, just to show you that I can get data. But we need to know why. What for you want to get data? Second, how? We saw a game. But you can use, for example, you can use a booking platform. For example, why do you need to know the postal code for a guy who wants to visit you to your winery? You need it. You're not going to use it. So ask only for the information you need. For example, normally, I don't know how to say this in English, there is intolerancias alimentarias. No? If you are, you have problem with some food, whatever. If you are not going to give food to the people who is visiting your winery, what do you ask for? And something we have to avoid, data Diogenes. Everybody knows what it is. Diogenes is when we get a lot of stuff and we want to keep it. With the data, happens the same thing. We keep data, we save data, and we don't use it. Sometimes, when we do consultancy, they ask, okay, how many data do you have? Oh, I have a lot. Oof, 10,000 emails. And what do you do with them? Nothing. So you have nothing. And where do you have the emails? MailChimp, of course, because everybody have MailChimp. Or Excel. Excel is the best tool the human history had made, because what Excel does, nobody can do it. But Excel doesn't get you information from your client. It can save you information, but it doesn't help you for anything else. So that's important. Don't say data for no reason. Recommendations for wineries, restaurants, wine tourists. First of all, platform. We have a platform, if you want to call me. But as a service, no a data collector. You have to give the user to visit, you have to help your user to visit your winery the easiest way. Has to be easy, has to be direct. WooCommerce is not a data platform booking. It's an online store. There's a lot of people who's using WooCommerce like a platform. Get data in a fun way. Play with them. You gave me something, I will as well. Get the data you are going to use. Don't get data you're not going to use. Believe me, it's stupid. Send what is necessary. The people love to get information. I love to get information that is useful for me. If I like white wines, I love to get information about white wines. But don't send me information about red wines. Don't think that the people doesn't want to get emails, because people love to get emails. I'm not kidding. They love. Because if they don't want it, they delete it. It takes you 1 second to delete an email. And when they visit you in the winery, they're not going to give you the job email. They're going to give you that email, the junk email they have for all this stuff. So don't worry to send emails, but send information when I see it. It has value for me. I think it's important. Automatiza procesos. I don't know if Google translate me that correctly, but it's automatic process. You don't have to send email by yourself. When you play a game and you get the data for, you have personal data, you can have like 20, 30, 40 emails you can send to this person for the next 12 months if you want to. You have to think very well before you get the data what you're going to do with the data. If you do it, it's going to be great. And you don't have to do nothing. It's priceless, believe me. Send whatever you want, but personalized information. O dado è parte do processo. My Portuguese is absolutely amazing, and you know it. El dato es una parte del proceso. Es no lo más importante, it's not the most important, but it's important on the process. So, booking process, getting information from your customers. Please, we are in the 21st century. Don't give the people a piece of paper to write the email. Please. Thank you.
Muito obrigada, Javier, por esta partilha e esta ferramenta super imersiva e que nós estamos entusiasmados para também implementar aqui no nosso território. Face à hora, não vamos abrir questões ao público, lamentamos imenso por isso, mas para cumprirmos o horário da tarde, damos por encerrado este painel. Muito obrigado aos oradores e aos presentes. Até breve.
Finalizada a apresentação, agradecemos esta manhã de partilha e desejamos um delicioso almoço. Voltamos às 14h45. Até já.